Hey guys, this is Andrew Gordon. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the history of film, starting with one of the oldest lasting films from 1888 called Roundhay Garden Scene, all the way up to a more recent film, Interstellar, in 2014. We're going to be jumping around a lot because I wanted to fit this within 15 minutes. So sit back and enjoy the very first, one of the oldest lasting videos ever, the Roundhay Garden Scene. That was fascinating. No, but for realsies, that was actually really cool. I mean, this is 1888. Now, I wonder what life was like before they invented color. Next we have a video shot by the one and only Thomas Edison. This is Princeton versus Yale in 1903. Now, if you ask me, life seemed pretty dang boring without color, so I'm just kidding. I know it was just the way that the camera captured things. The next film we're going to take a look at is probably the very first colored film by Thomas Edison from 1895. Now I know what you're thinking. Wasn't like Wizard of Oz the first? Well, actually, you're right. Wizard of Oz was one of the first actual colored films. So why are we seeing color in this film? What Thomas Edison did is after he recorded the lady dancing, he took basically a marker and went frame by frame and colored in the color on her dress and hair. And that is why you see color. Pretty fascinating. It's like a supernova. See what I did there? It was... Oh. Okay. Next we are going into one of the first full-length films. This is called Intolerance. This is a really neat-looking video, if you ask me. Wow. Just look at that. I mean, seriously. Look at that. That is, that's fantastic. I mean, for real. I mean...
You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
As I was saying, look at this image. I mean, it is totally...
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
I'll stop talking now. Wow, that was insane. Okay, so we are seeing a development in the film. We're seeing clear images. We're not seeing a lot of colors yet. However, that did not stay consistent up until about the 1930s. As we see in our next example, I'm so happy we flew out of there. Get it? Our next film is called The Jazz Singer. Anyway, Jazz Singer. This was one of the very first films to have actors talking during the film, or singing for that matter. And it was a very great achievement because before, when films were shown on screen, they would have an orchestra or a piano player play in the movie theater along to the film, and then they'll have these liners that you see right there. But this was one of the very first films that introduced actual sound from the character, as you will see here.
Wonderful pals are always hard to find. Some folks have one. Some folks have
Now, this was accomplished by an invention by the Warner Brothers called the Vitaphone. And basically, all it did was it took the audio recorded track and the video recorded track and played it at the same exact time, in sync, kind of like a clock. Our next film is going to be one of the first actually colored films, and you guessed it. It was
Many, many miles east of nowhere lies the amazing land of Oz, a magnificent empire created in the mind of a man who wrote a great book about it.
He wrote a great book about it. Sorry.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the Wizard of Wiz, if ever a Wiz there was. If ever a Wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Never gets old. I'm back now. Anyway, although The Wizard of Oz was made in 1939, colored films never really became popular until after World War II. We're going to jump ahead now a few years to 2000. We're going to see how much film has progressed in the classic movie The Gladiator, starring Russell Crowe. Now I want you for a brief moment to kind of focus in on the difference in cinematography and sound design. Here we can see that the camera moves around a lot. It cuts from different places back and forth really quickly as compared to the older films. And there's also a lot of added in sounds. Almost every sound you hear was added in after the film was filmed. We are going to move on to the next film. This film represents more of the digital age of the animation and making animation look super real. Here is a clip from Interstellar. Probably my favorite moment.
Dr. Mann, listen to me.
This is not about my life or Cooper's life. This is about all mankind. There is a moment.
It is not. Oh my God.
Cooper, there's no point using her fuel to
Analyze the Endurance's spin.
Cooper, what are you doing?
Docking.
Endurance rotation is 67, 68 RPM.
Okay, get ready to match our spin with the retro thrusters.
It's not possible.
No, it's necessary.
Endurance is hitting stratosphere.
She's got no heat shield.
Okay, she ready?
Ready. Cooper, this is no time for caution.
Okay, so if I black out, you take a stick. Stars, you ready to engage the docking mechanism?
Endurance is starting to heat.
20 feet out.
I need 3 degrees starboard, Cooper.
10 feet out.
Cooper, we are lined up.
Initiating spin. Retro thrusters. Main engines on. Pushing out of orbit. Come on, baby. Killing main engines. Okay, we're out of orbit. Okay. And for our next trick,